qualification for UEFA Champions League. Game ne be and Manchester United for the dominating game no in terms of ball possession. Their own crab ball ne kesiye. Their own who ball ne kesiye no according to Manchester United. That's the reason why after 90 minutes, Manchester United benya 53.4% of ball possession. Manchester United 9 ebeka ball ne nkwa 634. Obe pass ball ne nkwa 471 passes. Enti eno game na ye boy no in terms of possession. Say yen passable yen crab ball Manchester United ne nya ne kese. Nemum na Chelsea hia saa de no. Na Chelsea hia possession. Chelsea for possession in yehwe. Na Chelsea hia win, get the 3 maximum points. No metimi try say on betimi a position of who very well. Any idea Chelsea here. So no Manchester United dominated possession. Chelsea also dominated the phases of play. Na Chelsea hia say chance abeba na afem no betimi che. Obe prevent Manchester United from scoring. Enti enfa won say Manchester United ne hu ball ne kese. Enfa won say Manchester United ne dominating possession no. O team baako a o attack here between these two clubs a na ye team friend say Chelsea. Big chances ne kwade momo. Yen attack yen attempts kese ekwade ma Chelsea. At the end of the 90 minutes was preventing Manchester United from scoring. So enra Chelsea the most important thing and I can omo no. Sa 3 points no na ehia Chelsea than possession. Na ehia Chelsea than good football. And there was a Chelsea for 3 points no a team ball mabaso. By individually players be or many jomo performance no on the field of play. Bako eye Caicedo performance enra or the mayen. This season Caicedo nankasa no. O ka Chelsea player bako a. Won se we tina na naso this season pa na untimi nyi Caicedo mfem frim. Ye share game na se no, most especially after the first 50 minutes. Adia mi hu yin ye say almost station Caicedo e wo baby a Manchester United dey omo build up no. And the reason why you almost station Caicedo e wo baby a Manchester United dey omo build up no ye say or best stop Manchester United say omo ntimi build it up ntimi create the needed chances a omo pe. And after 15 minutes no Caicedo stop Manchester United a lot of omo build up. Where the number of times I will cover spaces and grounds. Where number of balls will win free Manchester United players no at the time of Manchester United for a ball. And Mahu said this season wakwa the focal point. Eddie Manchester, Eddie Chelsea bobuku no. Se Chelsea attack, se Chelsea defend. The focal point akwaya Branty a friend say Caicedo. Ne physicality and the ball retention skills no. Ama ne cover pitch ne distance ne bebree. Enti Caicedo performance this season. Metima Kacho say, "Oh, ye Chelsea top 3 performers this season. Na untimi mbo players ni din. Abra betime yi Caicedo e film. Enra checking the performance, the numbers so nyae, and then the stats. Oh, ka players are no more go pamano so a. Omutimi nya possession and also nya passes into the final third. Na ye Caicedo. No single player and nya passes into the final third than Caicedo 21 times. And Chelsea wakwa ye a deep midfielder. Or said to me the ball echo the final third, echo my pass a creative chance, which I very good. Because they say football now able say no, say we a defensive midfielder and you were doing and kwane say best to play by attack here what's to me contribute and they say Caicedo man Chelsea attack here or to me contribute or we need possession 12 times. Every Manchester United for her and in the ball winning ability no as I was through the tackles and for Caicedo and na the performance na was through and you talk of Rhys James. Obi ope football ti football say enyet echiniye. Abranti e friend say Rhys James. Ni problem awe nyina no a series of injuries. Say enye injuries a anka wose baby a Rhys James say duru no anka wonim bebre. But because of injuries no ama Abranti any progression any baby a wo do ne level no abetre kakra. Say Rhys James 100% fit na o won former. Arguably one of the best modern right backs are Ubenya. And I am a day, so what ye dear Kyle Walker, Ekafa Rhys James one. Kyle Walker say offer no Kyle Walker or your right back. Offer Arnold. Now for Trippy, now come a Trippy, now come me and Saboma. And now Rhys James. Do a person or Chenny say Arnold, now who are den pano, ASL or Sergio forward. You want me and send him also so man who are den back on yes, on be defending. But what can Abrante friend say Rhys James are ofana ye attack here or influence it, ye defend here or influence it, and to akwa ye all round right back. And to Abrante and say enye pra. Anka what's a baby a Rhys James we drew no. ɛno ahwɛ regimes how otimi assist Kukureya ɛma ne timi ɛhyɛ saa goal no at the time of J ball no saa 360-degree turn no ɛnyɛ player bia no obetimi ɛyɛ saa de no sɛ woyɛ player na unye intelligent a untimi nyɛ saa de mpacho bie ma me at the time a regimes J ball no ano yɛ saa 360-degree turn ɔyɛ no ano yɛ the dink cross yɛka sɛ player bi ayɛ the dink cross a ɛyɛ cross a ɛba a ɛyɛ soft and ɛyɛ accurate and yɛ kan the dink cross ɛno bi ana regimes yɛ so after the game ana regimes say at the time of J ball no hu sɛ wanya space and time enti area na ɔde ball no beto no ɔwɔ gidie wɔ Kukureya mu sɛ Kukureya ɛpɛ ball no ɛde atum so ɛyɛ something a based on the ɔkan no it seems normal practice wɔ training grounds so wotie regimes asɛm na ɔkan na ɔsɛ ɔgye ball na hu sɛ ɔwɔ space and time no onim so the ball ne to saa space so a abrante friend say Kukureya ba be pin ball no so clearly enra ɛyɛ me dese regimes gradually all picking the confidence ne ba and me mpie ball ne say next season epra between abrante we ensan sign game over 25 years old kin say player bi over 25 years and cafe no workers we do the peak level bankofo ni say regimes we ni over just 25 years and to say nye pra regimes here one of the best right backs abenya ever world football and Kukureya performance rightly as you said after Eus player back one the modern ball and timber from Kukureya this season for Chelsea again my top 3 performers for Chelsea this season me the Kukureya beka ho because oka few players are from match day 1 ebesine on modern drop for my Chelsea Kukureya eka ho bi how were very combative wiem how we making sure so be moving into the midfield everything is a midfield shape ni dia Chelsea how were ye elite man marker so what catch the Kukureya say you play away free game man marking now Kukureya 8 years adie no and the defensive ability the technical ability and as I say Chelsea attack here or contribute a lot this season was just 7 goals in all competition at the Chelsea the best ever season in terms of numbers this season was just 7 goals and only ekunu masere sem kakre wo ho offer Chelsea team this season na there was a goals kese pa no Cole Palmer Uyi ni free one Nicola Nkukwaba, Nicola Jackson Madueke. The 5th top scorer for Chelsea this season, Brante friend Kukureya. Or you the 5th top scorer at the Chelsea. So you know Chelsea this season there. To me, I believe Chelsea are there. And Chelsea I personally perceive who Chelsea next season will UEFA Champions League. I catch Chelsea just one game. Umber qualify for UEFA Champions League next season. And we know na very important at the Chelsea. Oko Italy. 2 teams and a battle for the Scudetto. Napoli and Inter Milan. Se osha on table na aka 2 games na league na beriye Italy. After 36 games, Napoli was 78 points. Inter was 77 points. Just a point and a separating Napoli then Inter Milan bobukuno. Ken said this season Antonio Conte etimi the Napoli G League na metima catro say leagues a waje ewo Europe na no we be special the Antonio Conte akochi teams bebre wakochi teams ni bi e the G League by so timi manage e the Napoli team we G League we be special the Antonio Conte and the reasons are simple. Antonio Conte be for Napoli bobuko no Olusu the main midfielder in the shape of Zielinski Ofribo Bokunim. Omo left backer na oye the most reliable and the most experienced Olusu no Mario Rui Ofribo Bokunim. Olusu the top forward Victor Osimhen Olusu no. Player na eba wings a okra Napoli Bobuko no eye Kvaratskhelia Olusu no. Enti the left back Olusu no. Olusu the top midfielder. Olusu the top winger. Olusu the top striker. Every coach be able struggle. But the players okofa mobile. Okofa Lukaku at the nearby. Wakofa Scott McTominay, Billy Gilmore, David Neres. Some players when unkofo Njomundi at the time okofa mobile you know. Nankofo race question say na se opesa wo G League na players akesi free bobo ko nima. Why now ko replace him because when Lusu Zielinski usi Billy Gilmore. And Scott McTominay nembese mfimfin ho. By papa friend is Antonio Conte. Etimia manage sa players we as say no say o winning 2 matches na onye calculation wa G League no. because the 2 matches are obebono. So we need me a pay against Parma weekend way. Now I bought against Cagliari. Orinia on your calculation Antonio Conte League no. And the reason why I make us say so we need we be special the man say Okofa Juventus no or the Juventus Edge League 3 times. 3 times Antonio Conte the Juventus Edge League no. Check the quality and Antonio Conte at the time Okofa Juventus. A team I know what Gigi Buffon, Bazzagli, or Chiellini, or Bonucci, Pello, Kodjasa Mwamo, Tavares mo, Paul Pogba mo. Se odi Juventus team way Edge League why are there? But because of the quality, se odi Gia umbrebe. At the time about Chelsea or the Chelsea Belgian League, check the materials and Chelsea, quality and Chelsea. From Courtois, Aspilicueta, David Luiz, Aubameyang, Eden Hazard, Pelé, Diego Costa mo, or manage the Omuji League. And Obefa Inter Milan team now a lot of quality players, Di Ambrosio, Vidal, Brozovic mo, Sa squad no the Omuji League. By check the materials so you look for Napoli say. Team na Ukraine no say or Napoli na. Aka ni 2 games no team the league no ni 2 top Raspadori and Lukaku ne wing backs no Spinazzola and Napolitano and ebon wing backs no ne midfield Scott McTominay Billy Gilmore and Frank Andre Zambo enti say what check Antonio Conte teams are coach the league now we check the current Napoli team obeka say we in terms of quality no ebia form so team the Omuji league na I believe sa league we no be special e the Antonio Conte and what say or your one coach or befa team irrespective of players available no obetima build a formidable side not they are competing at the amount so Antonio Conte or set Parma no set Cagliari Waji league no and pressure will be on Inter Milan because we can wait Inter Milan saw another tough game against Lazio person mo qualify able UEFA Champions League Juventus Juventus was 64 points and Lazio no 64 points but Juventus at the 4th and Lazio defeat. So se Lazio lose sa game we are a big advantage at the Juventus. Until Lazio entry Inter Milan. Yebeshe season as no. Na Inter Milan for target was to win the treble. See ye league, ye Coppa Italia, and ye pay UEFA Champions League. League you know e den kakra. Because they say Napoli for no advantage. UEFA Champions League wabon no homodin akọ final, but be no guarantee say or kwa PSG. And a Coppa Italia so do semi-final. And to say Inter Milan for so I very careful with performance and the Omaye this season and again Omaye very careful make to trophyless. So playing against Lazio, I was it to my friend say Inter Milan say our regime so person the league I was so team Lazio. E wo fie so when to me and Lazio na Napoli for we new game you over for Inter Milan. O remo transfers kakra. Barcelona for ho ana offer biaba na offer na buy ni free England Aston Villa for ana dey offer aba Barcelona say Barcelona branch a friend say Ferran Torres omo Aston Villa for ne peno na omo kromus nsem 42 million pounds ana omo so omo pe Barcelona Ferran Torres 42 million pounds no o de buy euros 49.97 million euros. So Obeka say 50 million euros anisa. Barcelona ekofa Ferran Torres for Manchester City in 2021. Na 55 million euros. Tua kromunye ntue nwie. Efiti se Ferran Torres se Barcelona jesi. Season bia no upe player ba ko a ensemba ne ho se yepese ye ton free Barcelona. Ferran Torres din ebem. Even at the start of the season, now we players are Barcelona 4 person moton mo na brantie ne ka ho bi. But so what check a brantie way this season the best ever season for Barcelona in terms of numbers. Because from 2021 ABC this season, numbers are Odiama Barcelona no. This season kwa amount 19 goals, amount 7 assists. So in terms of goals contribution for Ferran Torres no, amount 26 goals contribution this season. The best awenya so far Odiama Barcelona. Barcelona top scorers no otoso third. Onye main number 9, onye a regular starter say obi a 100% fitter. So based on the numbers, anytime I wait me enjoy this season, no, Ferran Torres ain't fair badly at all. Mijitu say Barcelona next season, I was say omu movie a step further. Na omu yiro omu than the omu year in this season, no, and say next season Barcelona main target is to win the UEFA Champions League. because after dominating the Spanish Premier La Liga, Copa del Rey and a Super Cup, Super Cup no Spain no, and was Barcelona omadwen say omo kope Champions League. Se Barcelona betima the Champions League, e was say omunya additional quality ebeka omu team no. So definitely Barcelona be 1 or 2 signings. By say what check the Ferran Torres aye this season na, can I believe say Abrantie no o merit say okasa project we hu. Say what this season na dwumedi a waye dia ma Barcelona success story this season untimi nyi Ferran Torres din fem. Most especially Barca akwaje Copa del Rey no. He was the main guy. Ono na she goals na do na adiama Barcelona. In the absence of Lewandowski, those Ferran Torres enye top center forward here, but they will be maye kakra no odiama Barcelona. So the performance this season on merit say oka the project at Barcelona be in next season no. But in case as Barcelona e turn na Barcelona eba kofa a striker and na say a forwarder ono no was throw say Ferran Torres there. E understandable. Because Ferran Torres eko na de Alba no ono ne was throw say Ferran Torres a me sure say Barcelona fans ne nkasa. But in a case say de Alba no Ferran Torres ya de say ne dia eno de me hu ne say e make sense say obeton Ferran Torres. So Ferran Torres this season can I believe on merit say oka the project of Barcelona because we perform very well at the Barcelona this season. Unique football for Eddie Abetu just say story about Bonting about Arsenal, Chelsea, Manchester City, Liverpool say omo de kra tabo ma so ye say omo pe Rodrygo nukre bi ani. On say unique football. On ano eye Nicolo Junior and representing Rodrygo, Real Madrid for any Brazil for player no. Na Nicolo Junior de abeto abonten say enye nokre. Chelsea fan by so omo pe no. Arsenal fan by, Liverpool fan by, Man City fan by. So nukre bi ani. Ken me a Real Madrid fan. No cry. Rodrygo no wo no. This season amfa. Enyo no nko Vinicius Junior mo ne Real Madrid 4 players bebre this season amfa. Madrid person mo compete next season. Se o person o compete next season na ye ma Rodrygo nko. Ye ma ne nko.
No benya position. There was Balon Zuba. O man nko. Rodrygo are ready so betranche.
Ken
Rodrygo so nye players hot na bench.
Men no ya adwen.
Nti otena ho a wan be free ho. Ana coach ni benya obetimi enhu de obetimi de sa affording na ye.
E di abo.
The same for you and you can balance.
Obi a playing time. By impending for say Casade Emma Bato.
He's a Brazilian international Casade Bay. So he starter.
Also he starter by how our Obe manage mono very important. Because we are Real Madrid now so person competing for next season. I don't know also lose who key players to be. And we shouldn't forget, and I say me say other boys no more Real Madrid no me far better than Rodrygo. No. Bona Vinicius Junior omne Jude Bellingham ne Mbappe mo bono. Maybe ombe wo mani min asen ne de. By o ka say emutua de bi emu ntwe sa. Enti to me person Real Madrid for maintaining and also mu keep Rodrygo. Season we na nko yi a. Next season e betima ko yie. Maybe say Xabi Alonso no oba mpokura no or special role the man e betima ba say Xabi Alonso was special role because Xabi Alonso no ken he is a modernist.
Okay.
Xabi Alonso or a modernist. And the current man here modernist no we see idea from Jose, from Carlo, from Pep. Every single coach Benitez, Xabi Alonso na say coach is oma coaching ni nyina no we see idea from bia o obi a strength to abefa. So in terms of man management, we see free Carlo Ancelotti. In terms of being pragmatic, we see free Jose. In terms of being idealistic, we see free Pep. And to one coach or you in between, he's a modernist coach. So how to manage all these players? I believe Xabi Alonso betima yesadi. So Real Madrid for a person who competing for next season. Maybe when they say omon try no moon keep Rodrygo because a brand here we were former or are there a lot of value our Real Madrid team and you be as or kasa or kwa. Among these 4 teams, Arsenal, Liverpool, Man City, Chelsea. Obetimabo baby teams ni na obetimabo.
It depends baby opeso, ko ne baby the opeso ye.
Na so
because a trophy they are so intimate kwa Arsenal na.
So trophy no je.
Set trophy na Rodrygo e pa intimate ka so ko Arsenal.
Okay, the
Arsenal ye monje trophy na.
Oh, the
recently your Arsenal je trophy.
Oh, I know the say in the
because I know me shock say Ateta Ebeka Arsenal an amazing season. Because of someone do semi-final of the Champions League.
And the
Someone be a club and say level club.
Yeah,
because we do semi-final of the Champions League or share Madrid. An amazing season. Arsenal.
Maybe we no use you know. Ana aye na kakra.
Okay.
But maybe some person say at least omo akọ many as compared to last season.
Rodrygo the answer the team is City.
Yeah, City.
I want to wait to compete.
Yeah, because our corner see anka right wing one there.
They said Doku do betu no Doku ne one never left your Jagrelish mo. Just so betu mo ina.
So kokra you say right wing or Kromun said they need.
Obi a waba Madrid. You saw Baba City. It said the City craze on a party cra no permanent. For no be about aide. And pay me Chelsea for baby of a car park somewhere.
So what do you go call Champions League in City? Champions League trophy will be saying City.
Rodrygo, waje Champions League more in City. Waje league titles be Chelsea.
There was someone to myself from now or Babia.
The quite part of Barcelona so many.
So we City Barcelona.
They say Rodrygo waje Champions League in City. Inti ye fan to myself from Mano. And I'm just so Arsenal so many day.
That's coach ne be selection that's on ne be kasa na. Okay. Arsenal for Mr. Mo. Mo fanche ka kambodu mo fanche. My team na team na crash na pa the last 2 seasons so man trophy no. Enwa. I think say enye born about I can mental me who say mentality. Born uncle for na the last 2 seasons no. At least one FA Cup will be. What you say when you Premier League in Ukraine be a last season FA Cup final waje this season FA Cup waje league with this second Champions League or semi-final
within 5 years national boy Europa so go see into Sporting Lisbon be you omo free mo
omo boy Europa League so omo ntimi
Europa ya Tottenham made Arsenal for it to say the any trophy
omo boy be last
season
season
could not win you understand
because Arsenal drop it to Europa and sen come final
Kasanwa dia one club someone na ko star because me pamucho ma me nka kitwe bi Rodrygo nsam na hwe bisra me ka say Kwame ene nipa dodo na amoso so Rodrygo so me sanso AC studio he's someone I like very much there's been several times Amaka say me per Rodrygo Manchester City but I want to say this to say he is being overpampered.
Rodrygo.
Let me explain to you why. Sir, Adrina, a warning call for Trim say Madrid are not being fair to him. He has been a crucial player. And so the attention is on Vinicius Jr. Recently, the attention is on Kylian Mbappe. No, me, I am a wawa. A bad thinking. He should not even start thinking about this. You, this boy Rodrygo, you have not been better than Thibaut Courtois in recent years. Those years you speak about, you've not been better than Thibaut Courtois. Courtois or Madrid, he understands his level. Who say Thibaut Courtois? Complaints say attention and corner. So can me me both say. Madrid players the Champions League no imagine emu baako Thibaut Courtois na jema omo from A to Z from Kenkren to Krankran I feel no we say PSG Manchester City Chelsea big clubs ninya Thibaut Courtois who say Thibaut Courtois go for abontin yet say na attention in mame so na call Vinicius Junior so we Champions League na man for Vini near about Toni Kroos obi what Thibaut Courtois ni. When I am crucial, I am the cornerstone of Real Madrid. I change Thibaut Courtois. I don't know this boy. Safi no crowd make I say free bench na buy no more rezi on na Manchester City game no more day free bench be go. Won him the no boy ya e save Madrid I be do some so no. Even in that Manchester City game. Senye Thibaut Courtois and they keep Madrid wa game ni wa. Enka kwara ba baby bisa.
That's what the credit to Subemano.
Because the Madrid are giving him the credit.
The ball Antoinette and Madrid and just.
It is a Thibaut Courtois so anye saves against PSG ni City money there. Enka omo bedu some pempen so no.
So we are important.
So I'm saying
call it say omo pay attention to or no Rodrygo.
Say attention,
or
yes,
a very good player, or you're part of Madrid's success.
Say on your good player and combo Madrid. Say on your good player and combo Madrid. Madrid are giving him that respect, but he's expecting too much. This boy, also who the level will be to say, or you're big.
That's why you're big.
Oh, you're big.
Oh, you're big. Why the Champions League, you know? Why did you league? Oh, you're big player. Oh, you're big player. Big, you don't mean on your big.
On your big.
Oh, what do you go on your big player?
Can on your big. Or you're good player, on your big player.
What do you go? You're just good player.
Okay.
On your big player. Players sister game player do baby a Madrid omo counter o fi bench ba onu na omo hwe so ba be say bibi
bench as some say saying obi fi bench ba no ba cause bibi it makes him a big player. Now Hoselu me crime sa Hoselu won sa me patcho anya some me compare to Roselu. I'm just giving you example. Say na obi ho ntia asem ase. I'm saying say afina Rodrygo no fi bench ba oni Camavinga fi bench ba 2 years ago ebe effect game Madrid G no. Yes, cameo appearances na the Hoselu provided Madrid last year. Against Bayern Munich na kwani fin about papa no dom ko. What I say? Oh yes sir, Madrid respects you a lot. But I say yeah, chess opera respect. Na yeah respect Ken. Si yeah sa dia. Enie ye be check esia na dia ma Timu Kutua. Ye be check esia dia ma Antonio Rudiger. Ye be check esia dia ma Toni Kroos. These are important players. Ken obi ntimi nya Messi o. Obi ntimi nya Ronaldo. Hwe maturity. Ememu wan say ewiase ne ye nya pe. So wunya ebie wadwuma ma hu se wiase nyina ye nyepe. There are players that almost so chen. He will play her into swampa say Messi from 2008 to the last time we all free Barcelona. Time will pick year pano. Afibiana na Messi no the best player. Accept your role. Say born I am, but yes, I am playing crucial role. There are players be omu weni mu chemi. What is asam na se na baller? And no. Most so akura way so too much. Only ball, but the kind of level of person with no Canadian. Please. On this level now say Vinicius Junior be show so be you at Real Madrid or you ahead of him. Asam na tintin ni tete ni nyina no. And then Rodrygo Madrid for omoma akora say ope ne gidegidi a oma no nko hu ne level baby. Oh, me dey ma kra. Timu Kutua wo kra bobo papa kra eti wo di nkasa. Na wo ti wana wo say omo ye Jude Bellingham, Vinicius Junior Kelem on so the Timu Kutua di ato so da. Obi akra mfi na so so na bobo ni nyina da go ni nyina. On come on somewhere. Can they toss you, Maminka way so soon? Case said, Miana, my Sergio Ramos, or Ronaldo. We feel so free club with Monco. A do level beer, there was so yana.
Cristiano Ronaldo.
And Revo, me who
say
Stefani Pioli, the on one cherries relation in front
but say, a Cobas Ronaldo for Nazar. Now, I do stage, say, or more intimate qualify for Champions League.
What?
Asian Champions League. And yes, Okwaji League no Muntimenje trophies. But say omo qualification our Modebeko Champions League and me when say almost quad we ni kuro omo ne for more cohesion champion omo ntimi anko.
Ken.
And he say Cristiano Ronaldo asem there.
And say what is the point?
Oja team no.
Oh no, he needs to leave because
always can omo dey ato na. So on sign be sign on the same amount na. That is in $200 million there. One year the tours on me fan 1 year. But from last week, he banning in training crown on your day. On from or name come. So what it means is that and say and yes kasem say ni deal and yes kasem or person who sporting project no. So far project you omuye. Next season on sign Kobo Champions League. E will Asia one qualify Ronaldo.
And project na it's hard. And Hilal ye no. Omo winning bebre chain El Nasa.
But so yeah Nasa players na omo sisiye. Oye individual players as na making about the obi etimi ayebi. What the Toto Hila? What the Toto Rally? I mean what difference they won't because Hila enye for say Fabinho Monebo. Enye Real Etihad your friend say. Enye Real Mahrez. Na no other number 5 you didn't call your friend say. Striker ya no was to.
Why some now okay.
Make FS Ali Bobo Ali. Sali na beje Omaje Champions League. Ana Etihad aje
league no.
Aye league.
And Hilal so next season or big.
Hilal be sia big because omo dey masters wo. Enti me bi say Ivan Toney no mfi kroma ya. Ivan Toney ne John Duran na nya de kroya bia. Into Omani or John Duran or say Cristiano Ronaldo. This team in team qualifying for Champions League. Na omuda FIFA ni season I think say no can be na Ronaldo but for no so can be. Oh yes, no so can be because me hu ni say decisions ni bebre wa take am no.
To say
the decision now or the call Nazano. Or first season ni wie no. Ehona na ese nko fa no ho adwen always omonfa players mra ene no makofa Wesley once Brazil for no de on buy ni na
Gabriel Munyina
ade che ese man nko nti atin se ono ankasa na se player the first season na ese nko hu se emfa
won say initially Hilal ne call no first so ko Hilal anka problem bi ni ho what I say the biggest club ho Hilal Koko Hilal anka asem no e na asafo ne buy no omunya big to sink of we and we decided so be call knowing very well so so be top place e di ama no but Ronaldo no call ho no yes I must admit Otavio good player Brozovic good player Emerick Laporte good player Sadio Mane good player
these are all international players so
Brazil goalkeeper Bento good goalkeeper I understand but don't forget to say El Nasser speed Hilal any Etihad speedy times 2
players
exact now N'Golo Conte Otavio to N'Golo
Fabinho N'Golo Conte Karim Benzema
Fabinho N'Golo Conte o de beto to
Brozovic meba se Brozovic and Otavio omo nuwe mo standard but then just say we mu di fifth ni 6
when the king so I am not holding brief for them see my point is that Ronaldo was 97 goals in 109 games for El Nasser individually this is a good record he has done his bit adeno emfa there's a say level was all the El Nasser drew or the drew she say globally Obo El Nasser obi enim say El Nasser Jesus Christ sell most of the European clubs in terms of business aspect he has taken them there born ankasa bono die amfa but my point is that Ronaldo keeps on drumming this conversation to us to say no enye sika minji Ronaldo di because kin say enye sika Sporting Lisbon for one who free your boyhood club almost say bra what is stopping Ronaldo from going back if it is not about money because how many times
so Sporting Lisbon project
Victor Gyökeres on beton one they would want a striker it is a sika to say the Ronaldo portray the imagine in a sika what is he staying at Saudi Arabia league nkwana obabebo because Champions League
Saudi in a matter of say 2 seasons when you close to $400 million $400 million but said him go so bad
Ken
because when to me and Liga now when to qualify for Champions League or Saudi Arabia Asia they are not just a hard dream Sporting Lisbon project me no be hard dream at least be a 1 season be now ko be general Sporting Lisbon now can crown Sporting Crom bad Europa League
and again
but be a decision is on person go back to Portugal
instead of messing asem na Ronaldo come in
some Messi ni wa for your friend na wanko
ani dia ono dia so no this
also ko chele wa America no be a chele ono so na on referee
the entire Ronaldo Messi anko ne say ehọ no tax na ehọ no kai say omko shutu na so efie man one say man isi krom obi o it ebi enu nti na on person be call back what I say because kin when him say one another thing we are not looking at say the more games are Ronaldo airborne the more possibilities so bet me reaching 1,000 games now without the Champions League let's so about less number of games maybe I tell to the Micho yes it makes it difficult ken hwe Chelsea game no one and Manchester United game no and you may be excited to me ken not be to be very honest City and I had the first club which okay say or you're willing to pay 30 million pounds for Marco Cucurella. And a bright register. They wanted 50. Time at Chelsea call on a battle. Chelsea decided to pay 55. Ken, Marco Cucurella na or Brighton na or Papa. Na Oba as a left wing back. Omutimi Sabon as a left centre back. Mekai game against Man U. Aquano. Okwa nanim Koshego as a left centre back. Na football ne to de bi asanity. Edrum Pempenso bi 2 years ago. Chelsea supporters no he okọ social media no mu huru boy no na sebi nenye se omotan no ball no ntimi mbo. Let me give you a reminder. What can I say? United for debate 2.5 million pounds loan offer be the buy. Agree be last minute and a deal no and go through because now boy near cap tight. And the United for the offer Sergio Region. Ken, he nearly went to Manchester United. But a quiet boy where he was also out picture. All of a sudden, last season, he picked the form, went to the Euros, played very well, and was also twice during the season. Season way, left back now Auburn. There has been times a coach Namana ball as an invented defensive midfield, or to me ball as an invented number 8. Now, say Chelsea or more baller. Essence wingers no any injuries near they affected Chelsea wing play no. Now saying a table no name Madueke on the left. No name Madueke left now bono or your traditional left-footed players nibia or Kati in now original left wa enya papa biasa because the right no and shall I effective sir. It on a normal day no say I want number 3 and I want number 11 sa number 3 near overlap well. I was said number 11 no eba inside the kakra sana yenyi ne etie. But essence Madueke so invented by midfield 150 work kakra or ye ineffective into it is rather the job of Marco Cucurella instead of overlapping he will be doing the underlapping so far Ken sa area hono auto cross money bia o she. So it's not even defending
well. Yamal exceptional this season here or send defender better.
Exactly.
I know any amado here.
I won't come on and maybe can say so
Otimi ye adwuma we. Esan kọ na ye adwuma.
Ken boy no say the much respect.
And the same player about Chelsea first obekai.
And I make no say no be amfani nya hu. Confidence and say
respect sir.
Or the bobo.
Or map or somehow go no so baby of fire overhead.
Lindelof and Mazraoui
and Mazraoui.
He's been and what excited me was that the goal came from, in fact, the assist was from the right back, and the goal came from the left back. So James in comedy. Debi American say right backs no. Your right backs are yanko nim attacking aspects no. Omi very good. To say Joao Cancelo, to say Trent Alexander-Arnold, to say
Hakim. Footballers are more and so area na yen Pedro Neto Fabo no. Koka Krabi a memana stop here na hwade aka Krabi. Gina wa na hweba bia Marco Cucurella. Enti okobaka obo say na ogina yi achi o. This player Mazraoui. What gina ha hweba bi ogina. Then I think say Man United for defend here because now quite 2 against 1 was slow. It was because of baby obefa we mu nyina mfimfim.
But you na me kasem cho. Okay. Ideally team here bo 4-2-3-1 bia no. Baby Madueke gina na one say Cucurella gina. And baby Cucurella gina na was one Madueke gina.
And na de ema Cucurella niam na wo ye na em say kwa ofa so team senses our space no. What am I born and quite space na onye striker onye attacker or you defender but when of faswa utimi ehun say space here then
and again
only height so
you see if you go back again I'll tell you say James was smart go back because initially nanko betimi about Trivela cross pose what I say intino ko betimi about Trivela cross. And decided he said that we can't call back and come on say crossing he wanted to do it but across here emfa And this you see, I say no. He wanted to do a cross, but not cross here in fact. And that's why I say James has been brilliant. Then he realized, no, let me turn. Me turn it there. Space now, I'll get it. And all these times.
But 10 years, one show, baby.
He knew what he wanted to do. But just that's not first one, not empha. Into a 10 year, he knew very well, say Chelsea, I will overloads, I will against Madrid.
So now, Obaya crew money a year. Say, players bet me a day. Race aye obetimi atene bo be say touch ball no bebre na space is in hiding a close bounce or touch ball na or 10 or touch one na no ko
a typical Ghanaian winger
obi kura ball obi say
pejanity crab we mu say obo but on say since na
go we nyina omutimi yetimi ye wo Ghana ha obi 10 obi bibia but ye touches na do so
ye touch balls bebre sometimes we be some place no say park na nye.
Okay.
Into sometimes
one fan 2 year.
2 year. Into me complain each of mama say parking in back in. Me pacho and about 3:30 year baby I will be a idea we na Behwe City and a Crystal Palace. Tough game.
Big na game where you harassment. Other matches are harassment. Big bro.
Oh. Over here FA Cup final.
But we here commentary.
Hey, now for your commentary say.
David. Dr. Time that show name sponsors our run of music here. Egusu na we dey kan your commentary.
FA Cup final.
Chelsea dey no dey dream ho.
Ken what that mama stramo.
Your match boy your commentary.
Oh,
but I never commentary.
Munya pa.
Because
say
imagine sen ko bi esika na so a.
Oh, munya ka.
Big gambe.
Come here meet you am.
Okay, ko kutin ko betu ya.
Because who say bobi won so ko tu esika na obi ayam. And na betamata tachi.
Jean-Philippe Matata.
The whole see dress no. Me who player.
The pimpinisi no.
O say already.
The pimpinisi.
Yeah, na me but Mr. The Holland bebo we the man Mateta nkobo man.
O na say Rasmus Hojlund. Hojlund ne Mateta no. Who say ball ne kakra bi no obetu Mateta.
Oh, say
Mateta effective we anymore. No buy na. O she ne go. Ye ni komo big.
Ekena Mama Shasim free Manchester United. Oh, your story be say United ni Chelsea game ne pon you know. Coach I friend say Ruben Amorim. Manchester United players no. And o ka che ne say mon constance ni na mon konko da supporters na se. Ken eni say ya se dan ko a. I was a Manchester United players no. Traveling supporters no mu di o machi ko Chelsea game no. I was saying ko mu tua obi a sika o de fa car. Hotel o be dae. Any ticket or toy. Omujiji scan omudi tuama supporters no.
Biggie.
Ken, honestly speaking, so about this kind of football. They be a supporter na ba onim say nye. Onim say wonya de. Onim say wontimi nhye. But obenye odo adi wachi. Etukwa free Manchester. So Balon de no aba be ball no. E was also down odo adi de kire no.
Njomu ntwe scam fama supporters.
Supporters ni sika mo. The supporters that were coming
Omunim say
Manchester United team need to be share.
Just say United supporters na omudi team na eche omunim say omukwa omuntime
share. Oh, omo Premier League mu. Omunim say omuntime nkonko share. Anything that no am catch was say Chelsea and share Manchester United da. Me am te hey. E be ya me nwanwa. Me hu say Chelsea nye serious. So be so about Champions League next season. Because clearly Manchester United are chair. Say Premier League ni there. Omo hu say de ombeye bia na niam nkonkan fa Manchester United. It was a players, no. A pay supporters in the back by doing that. Because say they be obe Lucy, they be a enkoye. Na supporter be your do dia do and easy to come by. Statistically, what my the last 18 Premier League matches are Manchester United abo on winning bio. Manchester winning be last 8 Premier League matches. We lose to 6 no draw 2 in the last 8. But still supporters when you mujidie say nya hwe de anomo ye di machi ababa be support mo a you have to pay them back. Kena let's tell Ruben Amorim say ye den honeymoon period ni be over. Say team decide say or high coach offer coach ni based on previous performance e wo club na wom say ye coach say ye player or hwe de waye in the past na o gina so de ama opportunity say brand team na bra be coach fama no. It will show Ruben Amorim in the Portuguese league. The things he had done with Sporting Lisbon, no Safata so a bigger opportunity. Okofa Sporting Braga. In the first 13 matches as a coach for Sporting Braga. Now won a cup final, Portuguese cup final, only FC Porto. Can share Porto no Jesa Cup no. Or the Braga kwa away kwa share Benfica. Or my Braga their first win against Benfica in 65 solid years. These were records, sir. Na chese clearly obono homoding. And a Sporting Lisbon Kokofano. Sporting Kokofano no. Ken, I love coaches omuko league moi. Omu making sure say at least ebia baby amijina ni team ni be wo form kakra compared to other big clubs. But me build a project. E dey ama me ho. Na me dey aye bibi. He built the Sporting Lisbon team. That duopoly and Benfica and Porto enjoy our Portuguese league no. Obebreki no. On my Sporting Lisbon, their first trophy in 19 years. League trophy. 19 solid years. Obeji a league trophy at my Sporting Lisbon. As we speak, a league I just say more no munina coach womuda. Normal ball Mohamedin, which is the Portuguese league. On Nekita the longest unbeaten streak, 32 matches. Our Portuguese league anymore. And this a coach yes I near my way in area. Obey here to obey a bigger opportunity no the actually anymore. Before Manchester United, they found the number in November this season. No about 11 matches. Our Portuguese league. No, I winning Marco 11. 33 points. 100% record in November. And I know about Manchester United. And after he left, the last 5 matches, and after the first 5 matches, and that's Sporting for Abono. No more Lucimu 4. And almost started so more come with him. Someone just says so John at that moment. And the performance no dying. It was Portuguese league no. He needed a bigger platform and Manchester United are very no. Today as we speak, the anti-America say yeah, their honeymoon period ni be over and they say, well, Juma now here was Sporting Lisbon no worry. You are in a new club, but people are not talking because of your first season. Manchester United supporters say Ten Hag and when he was leaving, now Man United the 14th. It's on Nyadie poor. The worst Manchester United had died in the Premier League season, 8th. But as we speak, Manchester United are corner chimienu at the 16th. It is a Ten Hag na onkwa. No, that 14th no. And this 16th they are better. Clearly, 14th is way better than 16th. The only difference between Manchester United this season and the 1930-31 season now United call relegation. No, Ken. I say Manchester United don't call relegation this season. That is the only difference. Probably Manchester United worst season in the Premier League era. But everybody is quiet. Nobody is talking because we are fan say your first season. It's the honeymoon now we enjoy no. Excuses now supporters now say creative man no. And yet they become after this season. To Ruben Amorim infantu ni trim. So next season omu ram na niema ko say ya the Manchester United supporters are not going to talk. The old players who sit on radio and TV every day, they are not going to keep quiet. They are always going to talk because at the end nya enye but obia can not to because of first season ni. Ken Chelsea coach our friend say Enzo Maresca. I can say me and na papa na kano in the post match na. O say Chelsea in some trophy bebre. Agenda so you almost say Chelsea to say Chelsea maybe a twem no. But entisa they are building something. And they are in the right direction. It will be a new mujidi. Me fan some no kind of analyze it. If you say send some trophy, don't wanna feel say ne Chelsea to say Chelsea in the past, and you no cray. In the past, na Chelsea could just no kwako to player. You be who Chelsea or kwako to Didier Drogba denaba. And ne Nicholas Jackson Chelsea striker. Untimi fan to Didier Drogba. No way. Caicedo mo bobo the match Chelsea, yes, they are doing very well. But in the past, Chelsea kwa to player, sa position na Michael Essien mo na baba bebo. And the match Chelsea bobo ko no. And won't even convince me. Say player friend say Caicedo profile. How they ba Chelsea. And even the performance of the match Chelsea Michael Essien there. There be recently mpo. And Chelsea the mo ben Champions League no mo jibi no. Ye Ngolo Kante no mo boss our position no. Caicedo hasn't rose to the level of Ngolo Kante. Ngolo Kante ba Chelsea with the profile. No a Premier League winner with Leicester City. And now about Chelsea bobo ko dem. It even before his coming, profile our day ban performance, this status, and our day ban. And also the change I said, any Enzo no more but Chelsea in 51 on there. We have seen players at Chelsea in the past, players from about Chelsea in the past, John Terry William Carvalho Can you compare these players? Our Chelsea centre back to these names. It is a no. It is a 20 BNM. So Chelsea level no per player or motor. Any idea no. Change direction and quality ne drop it. Our Chelsea FM. We admit that. But so because I me share project now o ye na o ka ho asem no. Trust is supposed to be earned. Dia wo be ye. E be ma me menya o mugidie. Enya wo na wo be ka cha me se bra na be gi me di na me ye adwuma soronko bi da bi. Time a judging club must say as so mo ye adwuma o Mainz 05. Borussia Dortmund with limited resources. Omo build the project to a certain point. Not dominance about Munich room kita. Our Bundesliga anymore. Omo baba be break your room. No ma be league bako. Then people will get to see say a juma ya papa ye do so fantasy man support because ketwa na kita no. When who social the kase man obetimi aye. Not trust na open no. Asha se ba. We've seen coaches said Diego Simeone building projects to a certain level. Atletico Madrid. Omo build ba do a certain stage. Duopoly na Barcelona. Any Real Madrid no more enjoy. They be no more just Spanish La Liga. You share season na se promo favorites no. Obe break ye no aba be fem no abeji league ne baako. Then the supporters, everybody in and out around the club get some confidence and trust no. E papa na juma na or any project or building him. Pep Guardiola ba Manchester City. A Juma wa baba beye, I build the trust. And then Arsenal supporter, ebi omo nye titles. But a lot of these supporters, our trust to attetemu. Say project na all building, obe nya striker ba kubi, a finisher ba kubi, ababa beka ho, any other touches say with team nimu. That team na peke, possibly trophies ne be chance yes eba. Eti Enzo Maresca o first season ye. O to top players, o build the team. Yahoo players now, o to young players are almost 7 years and 8 years. So we have seen that clearly. O build a project towards a direction be a nim senya hona Chelsea nam. But for you to call for trust, there be and was so year Jumano. Now project in yes so aba. Now Chelsea is on the verge of qualifying for the Champions League. And possible. Say Chelsea be Conference League. Me jitum say Conference League ni swa. But a hono na Chelsea wo. Wako pieke to omumpo do say wantimi anya. Ye be say akasa say Conference League ke Chelsea antimi anya. And also person wo Champions League. These are the kind of things you have to do to build that kind of trust. I open the free supporters in some trouble. And it is going to be earned based on the kind of works you are doing for Chelsea. And the papa nuntum. Now focusing on your Juman and Chelsea Bobokono. Gideon or Sheno. Say supporters and Ankasa who say coach the call the right direction or the end of the right track as well. On one bit to a baby duachi and you will now be free. In the Italian Serie A. I am highly competitive with 2 matches to go. Inter Milan will get an opportunity to say alternate you know about Lazio. We had the kind of quality Inter Milan war. Ball on board this particular season. Teams like Lazio no and found your ambition shouldn't be a threat for Inter Milan Bobo. In a sense that so here Inter Milan Bobo na baby Ojina says no. Onu na chase the league title. Bepe so baba be lead you log so now what overtake a team my friend is Napoli. It is only akwanya na wo tenefie na Napoli you kwa away I was so making sure say at least over fast our points no the kwa to Napoli there wo as an Inter Milan team ken enya wasem you focus on all performance e wo fie already this season almost share twice Baku e wo league mu Baku in the Coppa Italia quarter finals wa she ni 2-0 Baku. And a league ni no go away. I last you home. Their biggest defeat this particular season. I question 6-0. It's the players are very confident. So traveling away against Lazio, both we question 6-0. Now how much more will feel? Every player on matter this particular season for Inter Milan should make sure they are going to give their A game. Player be available be and put it up the best. No more fan for the 3 maximum points. Napoli on the other hand also so kwa Parma. Parma nyina ye. That is very true. But yes, Krama be any de component ye fie. Eti Parma e bo home no. Ono ne ntena fie. Se Napoli team nem na no 4 points just like that. Eti Inter Milan ye ne niema ye wo fie a e be play advantage to him. Napoli on the other hand nso so no has gotten that kind of good form in their last 5 matches the last game omo boy ending in a draw 4 others now ending in a win for them until consistently say you home say yeah we omo pick the points and baby Drew no pick at the right time
okay
e will league anymore and I believe say quality omo so show e will league in this particular season and the kind of experience our coach friend say Antonio Conte wono I feel say he has to win the league for a team my friend say Napoli until that crucial game nyame ya do mechena against Parma ewa away no all the quality players Scott McTominay this particular season ball Romelu Lukaku and so performance and the man Napoli Bobo should come to bear no more making sure say on be pick a points and so the ama team my friend said Napoli and 1 point between the two ebia now after neno say table ne be say sadia na ebia na sadia kwa ko di Inter Milan afem but me nya sure say Antonio Conte ni mrante ne beti ase
okay
amana sesa
me dey itili na me playoff and
still na nya far for bridge because bibia beti biasi enti yenhwe but I feel Antonio Conte experience any ball on about this season and they said the last game of boy Otenefie now about draw no on repeated that mistake in this particular game against Parma. Possibly 2 teams in Yinabe winning. Now you're trying the last game with Italian Serie A animal to decide the fate of these 2 teams.
Well, me just say Biggie.